Oh, okay.
Yeah, Jonny Gomes with us.
Beat button.
Hard to believe it's been 12 years since you guys first wore that Boston jersey. When you see a moment like that, you see the moment from the game, does it bring it all right back to you?
Yeah, it does. I mean, it was an extremely powerful game that led into, obviously, the World Series. But I remember coming into the clubhouse for the first time not knowing we were going to wear that. And it took a minute to get, right? And there was like, okay, the Grays, have the city that home as the mascot. So I thought that was such a classy touch. And I'm glad to be a part of it and continue to do it on this day.
Running it back to Marathon Monday that year, people totally forget it was a walk-off win. You guys were on a high. It was an early season game where this team, still coming together, right? They brought a lot of veterans in. We didn't know what that team was going to be like that week, ultimately ending in tragedy, but it meant so much to the sort of building of that team.
Yeah, I mean, Daniel Nava was right in the middle of it. Of course, Mike Napoli with the walk-off. I got in there with the pinch hit for Victorino, and the Boston Strong flex that ended up on the SI, which follows me everywhere. I mean, it's such a great photo and a great pose, and it means so much. And if I was ever to get a cover at SI, it would have to be for something like that, as not the talented MVP Triple Crown type. So I'm proud of it. It's hung up high in my house along with that jersey.
Do you remember, so you led off the eighth, you pinch hit for Victorino,
yeah,
and you got that double, and then, a pitching change after. There's a lot going on that inning before Nava finally hit the 3-run home run in the eighth to give you the lead. But that leadoff double, to me, was when the place erupted. Like, we hadn't been breathing for a week, and all of a sudden we all exhaled at once.
Well, we got to forget, too, we had a live Sweet Caroline going on the field, too. And one of the weirdest ways for an at-bat to be delayed, because the concert was going on, while we're up there. And, lucky to get a high fastball and got the pinch hit double and had the Boston Strong flex. And a couple innings later, we were off to Cleveland with a walk-off victory by Knapp.
I know that you guys will always say, the city lifted us up. But, I mean, we were here, and in real time, it was a scary moment. The 3 days you were in Cleveland, we didn't really know what was happening. And just watching you guys on the road hang the 617 jersey, having you guys come back and play the way you did, ultimately winning the World Series. But I can't think of another example where a team helped a city through something like that the way you guys did in 13.
Yeah, I guess we didn't really understand how powerful the Boston Strong was going to be, and then how powerful just the 617 area code jersey was going to be. And there it is right there. I mean, taking that 617 jersey and putting it inside the trophy on the finish line and just kind of taking a few steps back, and just how impactful that 617 jersey inside the World Series trophy on the finish line within feet of where the bomb was. I mean, what an epic story, and it's true American history, I think, that we're all part of. And man, I remember that like it was yesterday, and it was an honor to do that. Of course, with those red boots, that kind of became iconic as well. And it was a powerful day.
Jim, I mean, you've been around this team, not just this game, but this team a long time. And that is, to me, of all the championships we've seen here, that is the team where the city made the team better, the team made the city better. It was this organic, magical group.
Well, it's entirely different. You're talking about the city, but when you're talking about the Red Sox, the one you think about is Carlton Fisk's home run. But this here is entirely different. This is history.
Yeah.
This year was history.
And to finish it with the World Series. It would have been a great story that week in April.
Yeah.
Right? That week alone in April is a movie. I mean, Mark Wahlberg did it. It literally is a movie. But to months later have that moment at the finish line, you couldn't have scripted it better.
Yeah, it's wild to think of a real iconic moment that happened off the field. Right? I mean, normally, you got the home run, you got the walk-off, you got the pitcher jumping up in the catcher's arms or some sort of crazy play. But to have an iconic moment outside of the stadium just says so much about what happened.
With that history, too, partner, Johnny, how many people can you imagine that have walked after the marathon and crossed that line and thought about it?
That day, I mean, listen, we were on the air. We used to do it down on the street, right? And we were on, Tim Wakefield and I were on the air, and we had just signed off. Your bus was just pulling out, because we used to do it right near where your bus would go. You guys are going to Cleveland, and all of a sudden we started getting reports of what was going on, and we stayed on the air, and so they stopped the runners, and the runners were all filing down Boylston Street. I mean, it was such an uncertain time. And you guys are on a plane to Cleveland, kind of getting reports from what was happening at home. Now, take us through that, because that was an uncertain time for you guys.
Yeah, and it's wild. I mean, every time I come back here, I try and get back here as much as I can during this weekend. yet to run it, but I'm okay with that. It's a great opportunity to have a 10 a.m. beer and no one gets mad at you.
That's exactly right.
But, yeah, there was a lot of uncertainties. There really was. And what I do enjoy coming back is everybody has a story, right? Everybody has a story who's here in Boston of they know someone who was by the finish line, they were by the finish line. Everybody was affected. You know, when you hear the success stories of, like, we just stayed, you know, it was a red light and should have a green light. I'm normally there or I wasn't there. There's a lot of impactful stories, and I can't get enough of them. I love coming back and talking to the people and hearing about it.
City's done a great job of creating one Boston Day, which is April 15th. That commemorates the tragedy of the day. And by doing that, it allows us to still celebrate today, right? That was the concern. I remember right afterwards saying on the air, they're trying to take this day from us because this is such, like you said, if you're drinking a beer at 10 o'clock, you're not the first guy drinking a beer in Boston, okay? They've been at it for a couple hours by 10 a.m. It's such a special day. And even before all of that, you guys knew that. You don't play 11 a.m. baseball.
Yeah.
Like, this is just a different, very Boston day.
Yeah, it's cool. We'll see how Bregman takes it in. We'll see how Walker Buehler takes it in. I mean, everyone's going to remember their first. It was my first, of course, and it's baseball history. It's iconic. It's so Boston. You know, you got the marathon going on. You got people at sporting events. Celtics won last night. Okay, so you got that right in the mix. But, yeah, then you got the 10 a.m. drinkers, and no one's batting an eye at them. It's the greatest thing.
You know, we're going to have Jonny Gomes up on the monster trying to catch another ball?
Hey, I'm 1 for 1 up there, and I don't think I've been here in the last 2 years, and Trevor Story hasn't gone deep.
Ooh.
Right?
Oh, that's right. He's the one who hit it.
Yeah.
That's right. All right, there you go. Take that in your parlay today.
There
wait.
Story goes deep. Johnny,
you going to be up there like your shirt off?
We'll get you flex. Yeah.
Get the flex. Johnny, thanks for coming back, man. It wouldn't be this weekend without you here. We appreciate it.
I appreciate it.
Jonny Gomes, the legend, with us here in studio. We'll take a break, come back. Marathon Monday in Boston. We got morning baseball coming.